Hey guys, welcome back to Film Spire. Today we'll talk about 40 of the most disgusting Dr. Pimple Popper moments ever. Let's head into it. Number 4. Cookie dough from a massive cyst.
What are you doing standing back, Valerie?
Just in case.
She doesn't want to get squeezed on. She doesn't want to get anything on her.
In her latest Instagram clip, Dr. Pimple Popper went back to the basics, revealing a close-up of a classic cyst draining procedure. This clip, unlike those posted earlier in the week, doesn't offer too much in the way of context, opening with Dr. Pimple Popper using her scissors to widen the incision and prepare it to be drained. Then she moves immediately to giving it a tight squeeze. Often dermatologists will follow this step with a sac removal, which helps prevent the cyst from returning. Once pinched, what emerges is a thick, almost cookie dough-like discharge, which is likely a form of sebum, a combination of oil and dead skin cells that builds up underneath the blood gland. According to the Cleveland Clinic, the substance will usually appear grayish-white and cheese-like, and will have a foul smell. So if nothing else, you might want to be thankful you're watching this procedure, well, pretty much anywhere but live in person. Number 3. A giant dilated pore of Weiner.
That is a big blackhead. You might have the award for the biggest blackheads.
By now, longtime fans of Dr. Pimple Popper know that dilated pore of Weiner is basically just code for really big blackhead. And in her latest Instagram video, that's exactly what Dr. Pimple Popper delivers once again. In this case, the supersized blackhead that Dr. Lee removes may in fact be one of the largest and toughest she's ever extracted, as she explains to the patient, "My goodness, this little friend of yours, I think you're going to lose a little weight today. It's like a rock," she says. That is a big blackhead. You might have the award for the biggest blackhead. A dilated pore of Weiner, or simply dilated pore, occurs when dead skin cells get trapped in the pore and widen it, then plug up the opening, as Dr. Pimple Popper explains on her website. Thankfully, the condition tends to be benign, and any dermatologist can take care of it relatively easily using a comb down extractor. The clip concludes with Dr. Lee tapping the freed lump against the table, leaving no doubt that our patient is walking a little lighter on his feet today. Number 2. A cherry pit pillar cyst.
Girls, you got quite a cherry pit here in your head.
It's had time to do whatever it wanted to do.
Yep, it has.
We think it's safe to say that no doctor on earth has mastered bedside manner to the degree that Dr. Sandra Lee has. Case in point, a new Instagram video in which the dermatologist and host of TLC's Dr. Pimple Popper removes a patient's pillar cyst while chatting casually about lobster. As Lee creates an incision in the woman's forehead, the two talk about regional differences in lobster throughout New England. What a time to be alive. I had the best lobster bisque ever in Nantucket, Lee says. The bisque had puff pastry on top, just in case you were wondering. Sounds delicious. Pillar cysts, also known as tricholemmal cysts or wens, are cysts that form around the hair follicles, which is why they tend to be found on the head. In the past, Lee has encountered pillar cysts that look like macadamia nuts and orange seeds. Eventually, Lee frees the pillar cyst from its hole. "You've got quite a cherry pit here in your head," she tells the patient. In the comments section, other fans insisted it looks like a giant pearl. Number 1. Fireman blackheads.
You were all ready to go. You said, "Just do it. I'll stand on my head," you said. "If I need to."
Dr. Sandra Lee treats a huge cluster of blackheads on a patient's forehead. And in this case, it's not just any patient either, but an apparent fan favorite. As Lee adds to the caption, "It's hotter than an oven, so we're bringing back the fireman to help us unwind and cool down." Blackheads and other skin conditions may be the least daunting of the occupational hazards that the average fireman faces in his or her line of work, but they can nevertheless take a toll if someone is regularly dealing with breakouts. So you were a firefighter, and I do think being out there in the suit and the smoke all the time definitely can wreak havoc, Lee says. "You just need one of these special instruments here," she adds, referring to her trusty comb down extractor, a tool that makes the process of removing blackheads safer than pinching them. While the clip may seem to suggest otherwise, blackheads don't necessarily form as a result of trapped dirt, but more commonly due to a combination of oil and dead skin cells clogging a pore. The blackheads get their color not from dirt, but due to the process of oxidation that the sebum undergoes when exposed to the air. If you're dealing with blackheads, try a few of these dermatologist recommended face washes to help open up your pores and clear your skin. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.